yet standing firm.
I was not built to break.
This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And TCE Paint Shop, with 3 locations to better serve your home decor needs. Cox Lumber, Sparky Drive, Cox Lumber, Town, and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, ANITA Khan.
It's 29 minutes until 8 o'clock. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Business Buzz today. We have an exciting program lined up for you on our first and second segment on the Buzz this morning. We are looking at the days of old, bygone days when Caymanians were, well, we are still very resourceful and lived off the land and sea, of course. Very little was available in terms of imported goods, and what was available was expensive. So what did people do? People made do. Bush medicine played a very important role for our ancestors back in the day when there were not many doctors. When persons had an ailment, they would go to their backyard or in the bushes to break off a branch or gather some leaves for some relief. So this morning, we're going to look at bush medicine. And in the studio, we have none other than a bush girl medicine, Miss Hannah Reed. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio, Hannah. I'm thinking you're like an old soul. It's awesome to have you here. I'm excited. I have bush in front of me, and I want to know all about it. So, Hannah, can you share with our listeners, I know YouTube viewers, forgot to say good morning to our listeners and our viewers this morning, and of course our producer, Miss Susan Watson, who's in the next room. Good morning, Susan. Hannah, can you share with us a little bit as to why you decided to start Bush Girl Medicine blog?
I think the blog was a lot longer in the making than I even realized. So I'm a multiple generational Caymanian and grew up in East End, surrounded by nature. And my parents would just set me loose, and I'd go up in the bush and explore, come back with things, with questions. And my mom has always been very connected to the natural environment as well. So she was a huge source of knowledge and inspiration for me. And then when I went to pursue my studies, first in Atlanta and then in London, I was focused on journalism because that's what I loved. That's what I thought I wanted to do, was be, I don't know, a photojournalist for the National Geographic and travel the world and do all that. But then I started looking at journalism and something else. And I was drawn to environmental studies and environmental policy. So I did a bachelor's in environmental studies and journalism, and then did a master's in environmental policy. And when I was writing my dissertation, I was writing about the way that local knowledge plays a role in the formation of environmental policy in the form of the National Conservation Act and the public consultation that was part of that formation of the law. And so that's where, traditional environmental knowledge, I was doing a lot of reading about other cultures, about how they used plants. And then I started thinking about all those sort of things you pick up as you grow up, plants that names come to you through your family, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, the people you speak to, about what they used to do back in the day, how they used to live, the things that were important to their survival, to their lives. And bush medicine, I was drawn to it because of the way that these plants symbolize a very intimate relationship between a people and the place that they live. And I think that's so important to our culture and who we are as a people, is this connection to the land and sea. And, I am very interested in the terrestrial environment side of things. And I love the feeling of being able to walk out my door and see plants, recognize them, know their names, know their cultural importance. But other people can do that with the ocean. We have seafarers that can look at the sky and predict the weather better than any app. You know,
That's right.
and that's because they have this connection with the environment that makes them able to understand it in a way that can't really be replicated easily because it comes from years and years of experiencing it.
I feel your passion. I can hear it as well as feel it over here, Hannah. And I can see why you're so passionate about this, Hannah. I mean, I am not a born and bred Caymanian. I'm a transplant from somewhere else, 40 years. But I have come to
If you were a plant, you'd be naturalized. You came from somewhere else originally. Now you're naturalized.
Yes,
you belong in this
definitely.
environment now. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere. But I've come to learn to understand some of the plants. I mean, I don't know half of the names that I'm seeing on my script this morning, but I'm going to learn. And hopefully our listeners who are Caymanians and don't even know that you have so many resources out there for bush medicine, they will learn this morning. So Hannah, so you've basically done the research during your dissertation. You've done some research in school when you're here, when you're little. You know, that's the important part. But now that you have your blog, right? Does it involve a lot more research, and do you go exploring the land with your little what do you call it?
Magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass. Do you take pictures and chatting with, especially our elders?
Yeah,
and it all must be very time consuming.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I wish I had more time for it because it's my passion project. It's what I like to do, but I don't get enough time. You know, I have grandparents that I wish I was able to spend more time with and learn more from them. And I think that's something we can all do. You know, we can all turn to those people in our families and our communities and learn from them. Actually, at my work, we are planning a Christmas party, Christmas decorating competition, and our team wanted to do traditional Cayman Christmas. And so one of our team members actually, she went and spoke with her granny about what would a Christmas in the past have looked like. And she's got that memory now, and she's got all that information. And her granny was so excited to be able to share, these memories of yesteryear and what Cayman Christmas meant.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Hannah, what kind of feedback have you been receiving with your blog so far?
I think it's been really well received actually. And my thought process behind doing it as a blog and Instagram and Facebook was maybe connecting with more residents in my age demographic, I guess. So we've got a lot of people who know about native plants, but they might not be social media users, just because of their age demographic. And I wanted to be able to present the information and the research that I've done in a way that perhaps might draw some other people to bush medicine. And it's amazing the people who have said, "Oh, you're bush girl medicine," and they know about these plants through my blog when maybe they wouldn't have come across them before. But the reality is we come across them every day. We just don't always know what we're looking at.
Well, the funny thing about it, Hannah, like I said earlier, you're an old soul. I mean, you're so young to know all about this, but it's wonderful. I just love it. When it comes to the wormwood, the mulberry, strongback, and the periwinkle, what are they used to cure in a nutshell?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to start by saying that, in plants, in sort of botany, we have the Latin names, the scientific names, and then we have common names. And they're both super important. So the Latin names, the scientific names, are sort of like a common language that everyone around the world can share. They're the single they're supposed to be the source of truth for what a plant is identified as. But then the common names are highly variable. Even in Cayman, you can have a plant called something else in West Bay and something else in East End. There's just that very variable. And that means that that can lead to some confusion, but it also, I think the common names hold a huge amount of knowledge in them and information. And they can actually tell us a little bit about the plant, even if we don't know what the plant is. So wormwood, I haven't brought in wormwood with me, but its name refers to two things. A similarity, perhaps in appearance, to the old world wormwood, and then also what it was used for, to treat worms, to treat parasites. And it's actually not related to the old world wormwood. completely different genus, but it looked similar. It's similar to our rosemary here, which is not the official rosemary, the rosemary we use in cooking.
Put on lamb.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually it's a crotonous species. So, but this plant looks like rosemary, has very aromatic leaves, and so it got that name rosemary because of that, to tell you a little bit about what it looks like and what it might have been used for. So we talked a little bit about how rosemary brooms would have been used to sweep the sand yards. And strongback, I actually brought, so this is an example because one of the plants I brought in is called strongback by some people, but there's another plant that's called strongback in Cayman. So we got two strongbacks. But that also tells you what the plant would have been used for. So for that physical strength.
So the one you have in the studio this morning,
are
we looking at?
Got it under here.
Okay.
And then periwinkle, we were talking about. So the periwinkle used to treat, I think, diabetes and high blood pressure
this is
back
your
in the day.
Sorry, Anna. This is your regular periwinkle plant, flower plant?
Yeah. So it's, I'm going to try and remember the scientific name while we continue talking.
Okay.
But we've got also, like in the studio with us today, we've got a piece of smokewood here, piece of candlewood. And again, those names tell you a little bit about what those plants were used for. Smokewood used in smoke pots, it produces a lot of smoke, so it would help keep those mosquitoes away. Same with candlewood. And we've got worry vine, that spiky one with the purple flowers.
That's
and that
pretty.
Very beautiful. And that would have been used to treat anxiety. So these names tell us a little bit about these plants, and even Christmas blossom, which
I love the Christmas blossom. The purple is my favorite color.
We have so many plants that are called Christmas. We got Christmas blossom, Christmas berry. Caymanians loved Christmas time. So, but again, these common names tell us then when to look for these plants because they'll be in fruit or they'll be in berry at the Christmas time.
Now, thatch, silver thatch. How important is a silver thatch to the people of the Cayman Islands? And what is the main reason the silver thatch is usually picked during a full moon?
Silver thatch is one of these incredible plants because it's an endemic. So it's found only in the Cayman Islands, nowhere else. It had huge cultural and historical significance because of the role it played in the development of our economic growth, because it was I think before the invention of nylon, silver thatch rope was one of the most important pieces of equipment on a boat because it didn't rot. It was resistant to rot. So it was hugely important to maritime trade around the world, and it provided Caymanian women with a means of making ends meet when the seamen were off at sea. So it's hugely important for a number of reasons, and it's also a beautiful tree. I think
it is.
Bias, but I think it's a beautiful tree, and even I think the importance of silver thatch plaiting and of making rope, learning when to pick the tops. So picking during a full moon, I think there's a number of reasons for that. One of them would have been it's much easier to see, but also it's meant to. I think there's a theory that there's actually sort of less sap in the tree at that point, and so it makes the leaves that would have been used for roofs especially, but also any other part of the plant more resistant to rot. So there's things that when we talk about traditional environmental knowledge, this is one of those things where science might not be able to confirm that. Science might not be able to say, yes, that's true. But that kind of knowledge came out of hundreds of years of Caymanian people in these islands getting to know their natural environment and learning that this is how we pick this because this is the best way to do it for these purposes. And I think that's like turtling too. I mean, the Caymanian turtlers knew so much about turtles that even when scientists were starting to look into how turtles know how to get back to where they were born, they came here to learn from the turtlers because they knew them best. They weren't doing scientific experiments, but they lived with them so closely. They knew.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hannah, oh my gosh, we can be in this all day.
I know.
Now, what are some of the uses of the ironwood, cabbage, and washwood trees?
Oh, those are three amazing trees as well. Ironwood is an incredible tree. and it's Cheatonanthus caymanensis. So it's one of these plants that is very important. It's an endemic to the Cayman Islands, and it would have been used as, like, ironwood doesn't float. It is a very thick, durable wood, and that would have formed the posts that formed the foundation of traditional Cayman houses. So they would have been raised up a little bit on these ironwood posts, resistant to rot, resistant to warping, resistant to pests. Incredible trees.
What are you used for making canoes?
Something probably,
No.
Well, I'm not
Since it didn't float, I mean.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have used ironwood. Absolutely not. But there's other, thinking about so there would have been a number of different trees that were used to build like catboats and build other types of boats. And the types of wood depended on what part of the boat you were building. So I know that, I think it was plopnut, which was used because of its curves. It would be used for ribs. Whereas if you were building a schooner or something, you might need those straight planks of a mahogany tree. Cabbage is a very flexible wood, and that would have been used in the wattle of traditional Cayman houses. So to weave that wattle frame that would have been then daubed over.
Right.
And washwood, that's again a tree that tells us what it was used for. So it was used to wash clothes.
I would think so, right? Before we go to break, Hannah, let's just talk to us about some of the plants our ancestors would use for curing certain ailments such as headache and toothache and fever.
Yeah, so headache bush used for headache, fever grass used for fever.
That's my favorite go-to. That's my backyard go-to.
It's fever. We were talking about this before the show started. Fever grass is one of those plants that's very accessible to people. You can pick up lemongrass in the supermarket from local growers, and it's very easy to use. It's easy to grow, easy to use, smells fantastic. And it's also, I think, one of those plants that you can learn a lot about. There's a lot of information about plants from other places that is very easy to access on the internet. And so, that's not true for all of our plants. Like a lot of our endemics and our plants that are not found anywhere else, it's difficult to get that knowledge on the internet. You have to go talking to people. You have to go looking at old sources in the archives to better understand them. Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, Hannah. Oh, boy, I've learned so much this morning. Susan, you? Yes? Good morning if you're just joining us. This is the Business Buzz. We have Miss Hannah Reed. Hannah is known as Bush Girl Medicine. I want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, Cayman Medical Supplies, and of course, TCE Paint.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series. Brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Captain Ali Osman Ebanks, Sr., 1891-1974. Captain Ali, like most Caymanian men of his age, had to earn a living early. He was fortunate enough to have acquired various skills from cooking to railroad building, but his love of the sea led him to be employed with Thompson Enterprises of Key West, Florida, as captain of a turtling schooner, the A.M. Adams. The August 1943 National Geographic featured a now famous article by photojournalist David Douglas Duncan that chronicled one of the journeys of Captain Ali and his crew. Duncan's photographs remains one of the finest records of the life led by Caymanian turtle fishermen during this time. Captain Ali employed many of his fellow Caymanians on his schooner, helping to develop their skills as sailors. On his retirement from sea, Captain Ali supported seafaring Caymanians by operating a ship-to-shore radio from his home that enabled their families to remain in contact with them. Captain Ali was a manager of the West Bay Presbyterian Church, now John Gray Memorial, and gave generously to the church and his community throughout his life.
Here we are gifted with presents, standing in a space denied many. In gratitude to the gift that Christmas is, this very, very special time of year, this time of reflection, celebration, fellowship, mindful of our blessings, mindful of the empty chairs, the precious spaces, the giving of gifts, sharing from steaming pots, making a difference to the many around us in need. Understanding this specialness, these Cayman Islands feel cool breeze, massaging silver thatched leaves, shimmering in moonlit night, December Cayman. Food, fellowship, worship, in awe of sunsets, the beach, the children. Rotary Club Central, where community service is our ethos. We serve to change lives. Wishing you a delightful, safe, and magical holiday season.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Located at 403 Gerard Smith Avenue, next to the Alexander Hotel. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Telephone number 948-2228. Brack Medical Supplies.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Electric bills are up, air quality is down, and apparently a global pandemic to dampen your spirits. Sherwin-Williams can help with their insulating super paint featuring zero VOC with air purifying, sanitizing, microbicidal technology. Prevent the spread of bacteria and kill up to 99% of bacteria. Improve your home air quality and fight COVID germs. Exterior insulating acrylic can reduce up to 85% solar and UV radiation. A freshly painted home can definitely lift those spirits. A brighter home, better home, air quality, and lower home CUC bills. That's a win home run. Sherwin-Williams, 150 years strong. TCE Paint Shop has 3 locations to better serve you. Cox Lumber and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way. Call 943-0565.
Optical Outlook Caymanian Village location has moved. Same great services and products, new location. We've moved to Anderson Square in central Georgetown. It's a much larger space with dedicated parking. Please call us on 746-2020 to make your appointment at our new location today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please come see the difference with Optical Outlook, Cayman's premier optical provider.
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, ANITA Khan.
It's 6 minutes to 8 o'clock. Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. We're pleased to have in the studio this morning Bush Girl Medicine, Miss Hannah Reed. Hannah, good morning again.
Morning.
Hannah is so interesting. This topic is so interesting that I think we're going to have a little extra session this morning, Hannah. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Our producer, Miss Susan, she said that we can take it for another 15 minutes after the traffic report this morning.
Awesome.
So I'm excited. So I don't have to rush you through everything because I want to hear all about
we're not going to make it.
This is interesting and it's important.
Yes.
It's important because, Hannah, I would never imagine someone so young having this interest in bush medicine. So it's amazing, especially to me, because it gives me hope that bush medicine in the Cayman Islands, Susan, will live on. The younger generations will look at it and see how it has helped us through the years, and to know that you have that interest. It's amazing. So on that note, we'll continue our discussion. Sisal. Are you familiar with the sisal tree?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, Christmas time in Cayman, I think we were just talking about this. It's such an important time historically, culturally, and even now, such an important time for everyone. I think everyone gets into the holiday spirit in Cayman, and I mean, it's so important. We have it in our national song, right? How much we love Christmas time.
And Hannah, I know you're very young, so you would not have experience cutting down a casuarina.
No.
Okay, I came here when I was little, young. So my first Christmas tree was my husband would go to South Zone, and the first time he hacked the piece off, I was like, "You're killing the tree!" You know, I had a conniption, but that was what we did here in Cayman. There was no Christmas tree to buy, so you went to South Zone most times, and you go into the bush and you hacked a nice. You go to the top of it, so you get a nice the shape of the top. You take it home, and you decorate it. So the sisal, in your what you've learned so far, in your research, what does the sisal do at Christmas? What do we do with it?
Yeah, so I think I could be wrong about this because in my mind there's a sisal plant and there's also a century plant, which are similar but I think different. But again, they send up this flower spike, which they do once in their lives before they die, and then that flower spike would have been cut. And I think I'm not sure if it was used always live or dry, but used as a sort of replacement Christmas tree as well. And my granny on my mom's side has always loved Christmas. I mean, her house right now is a Christmas wonderland. Everything has been replaced with a Christmas version of it. Christmas curtains, Christmas bedspread, Christmas rugs. Everything is Christmas. She loves it so much. Yes. And in her lifetime to have gone from, because that is what they did. Right. She sent my grandpa up onto the bluff to cut a Christmas tree and bring it back. And now she can get a Douglas for almost every year. That's in one person's lifetime. And I think it just shows you how quickly Cayman has changed. Yes. How quickly time and the rest of the world has caught up with Cayman. But also, you know, that I think the way that traditions change, but the importance still lingers, you know, in what we eat and how much importance we put on the holidays, that sense of coming together as families, as communities. I think that some things, even though a lot of it has changed, some of those core things stay the same.
And on Thursday on the Business Bus, just to let our listeners know, we'll be having a Christmas special. Our Christmas special on Thursday, Susan. Susan has been working really hard on it, and it's going to be special.
That's exciting.
Hopefully you can listen in, Hannah. Yeah. So, Hannah, the Suriname cherry, that's one thing I know for sure. We were just talking about it. I'm from Guyana, and my dad, we had a tree, and my dad used to eat it. And I thought, you know, the first time I had it, the taste was, it took a while to adjust to it. Now I see the cherry tree being used as a hedge in the Cayman Islands. Talk to us about the cherry tree. Yeah. Good old cherry tree, the Suriname cherry, that is.
It's interesting because it's one of those plants where, as you say, I encountered it as a hedge, and I was walking into work, and it was being planted as a hedge, and they were covered in these fruits, and I was like, you know, I'm the kind of person where I'm like, can I eat that? Can I eat that? And the Suriname cherry, Eugenia uniflora, is related to our strawberry tree, which is also a Eugenia axillaris. And so I'm looking at the plant. I don't know what it is, but it's got a leaf pattern and a flower that reminds me of Eugenia. So I take a piece, go do my research and figure out what it is, and then start doing some more research because, like you, the first one I ate, I was like, oh, interesting. That's tangy. And the second one I ate, I was like, that's still very tangy.
but it's a nice aftertaste.
Yeah. You
know, when you get to the last bite. Yeah, it's very nice.
I think it's one of these things where we get so used to seeing food in a market, we don't really look around for food.
For additional.
Yeah, for additional food. But if you know your plants, you can go out into the bush and feel pretty confident that, oh, okay, I know what I can use for this, what I could use for this. Yeah.
Hannah, where did the time go? It's coming up to, it's now 8 o'clock. We're going to make way for the news, weather report, traffic, and we'll continue our discussion. When we come back, we'll look at bastard mahogany versus the true mahogany.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
A twice as nice Christmas at Foster's is back.
And bigger than ever.
You can win and give by purchasing any specially marked product in store.
There are over $30,000 in prizes and donations to give away, including our major prize of free groceries for a year. Plus, each winner will be able to give to a local charity.
For more info, go to fosters.ky.
Christmas is twice as nice this year when you can win and give at Foster's.
Thanks to Pinallen, Clorallen, Insueño, Sun City, Choose Company, and Newbridge. Promotion ends 23rd December 2021. TNCs at fosters.ky.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky.
Do you know how well your pension plan performed? The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan provides quarterly fund fact sheets for our members to stay informed with the plan's performance. For the year ended 30th June 2021, the various life cycle funds have provided returns between 8.56% and 36.86%, and our all-in expense ratio is 0.80%. Visit chamberpension.ky to review our fund fact sheets. You can see the performance as far back as 10 years. Remember that pensions are a longer-term investment strategy. Focus on the long term rather than the short-term returns. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan continues to perform for you.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Looks like the Linford-Pearson Highway and Bobby Thompson Way are set to be widened after a recent cabinet meeting. On November 30th, Cayman's leaders made a number of significant decisions, including granting approvals for the widening of the Linford-Pearson and Bobby Thompson Way by authorizing the National Roads Authority to compulsorily acquire land. In addition, the green light was also given to remove the existing concrete dock at Peace Bay, replace the chair and several members of the National Energy Policy Council, issue drafting instructions for a series of amendments related to lands and stamp duties, sent the Water Authority Amendment Act 2018 to come into force on January 1st, and approve a reward for employees of the Cayman Islands National Insurance Company of a bonus payment for this year based on results of performance appraisals. Cabinet also approved the extension of the Small Business Incentive Program and the temporary reduction in trade and business licensing fees for micro businesses and small businesses for an additional 2 years. Culture Minister, the Honorable Bernie Bush, tells Radio Cayman the Christmas Greeting from Cayman event planned for this weekend is just the thing to, quote, ease our stressed lives.
I guess the whole world's been under the strain with this COVID, with this pandemic. The amount of mental situations we're having, people now being tired mentally and physically. You need things like this to just let your hair down and get out there and enjoy themselves. And to have it finish that night with one of my favorite things is a good fireworks display.
On Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m., there will be music, arts and crafts, and food for sale at a family-friendly event in Georgetown. COVID-19 protocols will be observed, but the organizers say it will be a time of celebration.
Christmas time is always special for us. It has special memories, I think, for every one of us. And so it is about pulling on these pieces and using this event to remind the people in the Cayman Islands how blessed we are, and truly that we have so much to be thankful for. What better way to close off 2021 for us than having a celebration of this nature.
Chief Officer there, Therese Echniki. Now with the check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. The United Nations says Afghanistan is heading towards a serious humanitarian crisis. The UN Human Rights Office warned that international sanctions following the Taliban takeover were forcing people into poverty and hunger. It also said there were credible reports of extrajudicial killings by the Islamists. Tehran says Western countries have been acting in bad faith in the stalled talks about its nuclear program, but they added an agreement was possible if the US, which withdrew from the deal under Donald Trump, accepted its failings. France, Britain and Germany say Iran is making unreasonable demands. A study carried out in 6 countries shows COVID passes can lead to higher vaccination rates, especially among people who are reluctant to get jabbed. The passes give vaccinated people access to public spaces, but the authors warn the passes are not sufficient by themselves. The World Meteorological Organization has warned that a series of extreme temperatures highlights the danger of climate change. The reports included the highest ever temperature recorded in the Arctic, 38 degrees, in the Russian city of Verkhansk in June last year. The US Secretary of State has promised Washington will work with its allies to ensure all parts of Southeast Asia remain accessible. Antony Blinken said during his first official visit to the region that Beijing's aggressive behaviour was threatening free movement in the South China Sea. President Duterte of the Philippines says he won't be running for the Senate after his term in office ends. He gave no reason for his decision. Earlier, a close ally of his withdrew from the race for the presidency. A court in Denmark has fined a company $5 million for delivering jet fuel to Syria despite an EU embargo. Dan Bunkering had sold tens of thousands of tons of the fuel to Russian companies. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. News is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. We're a not-for-profit, member-centric plan with a democratically elected volunteer board of trustees representing all sectors of the Cayman Islands economy. Chamber Pension has an all-in expense ratio of 0.80%, over 16,000 members, and US $463.6 million in assets under management. We were the first multi-employer pension plan approved by the regulator in the late 1990s, and today we are still strong, secure, and are here for our employees and employers alike. If you would like to join or request further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
It is the season of giving, and there is no better place to shop than Penha Perfume, MAC Cosmetics, and Victoria's Secret. Check out our Christmas gifts and collections at amazing prices. Plus, when you sign up for the Penha loyalty card, get 3% back on all your purchases. And while you shop, enter Raffles to win major prizes of up to $5,000. Penha, MAC, and Victoria's Secret on 40 Cardinal Avenue, Georgetown. Merry Christmas.
Throughout the history of pageantry, we've seen strong women represent the Cayman Islands on the international stage. They have gone on to create their own businesses, serve in public office, and continue to give back to our islands. Today, we are looking for more Caymanian women like these, who are strong, intelligent, and wish to give back to our community. If you wish to take part in the Miss World Cayman Islands pageant and to go on to represent the Cayman Islands at the Miss World pageant in 2022, please contact MissWorldCayman@gmail.com. Application forms are also available at www.dmsbroadcasting.ky.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
Pan American Life Insurance Group can help you take your employee benefit solution to the next level. For more than 110 years, millions of people have trusted PALIG because we've always delivered on our promise. PALIG is the only insurer providing group policies to as few as 3 employees and has the ability to combine life, health, disability, and income protection to provide you and your employees with a complete employee benefits package. Let us customize your employee benefit solution today. Call us at 949-8304 or visit our office at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, or visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life. People you can trust for life.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 74%. The barometric pressure is 30.05 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east at 15 knots. Overnight low temperature was 79 degrees. Synopsis indicate fresh northeasterly winds and rough seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a ridge of high pressure lingers over the southeast United States. Satellite images show a few low-level clouds over the Cayman area moving towards the southwest. Now the forecast for today and tonight calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures will be in the mid-80s today and fall to the mid-70s tonight. Winds will be east to northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Small craft warning is in effect for today and tonight as well. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 1:56, and a high tide again tonight at 2 minutes past 7. The sun will set this evening at 5:48 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:52. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Thursday morning.
The 8:10 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
We at Pan American Life Insurance Group are here to help you protect your family and your income. For more than 110 years, millions of people have trusted PALIG because we have always delivered on our promise. Life insurance is not only about death, but also about living benefits. We'll help you secure the life insurance, accident and sickness disability income you need to protect you and your family. Call us today at 949-8304 or visit our office, Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, or visit www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
Kirk Freeport's $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back. Once again, simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store. You could win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and many other great prizes throughout December. All purchases of $100 before noon on Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. And don't forget the annual Kirk Freeport Rolex watch prize draw for all entries, held on January 4th. Full details on KirkFreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, break it down. Once the long-term goals are set, work backwards to set smaller and more manageable goals. These should be specific, measurable, and achievable. For example, study in the library for 1 hour 3 times per week instead of study more. Consider what you need to do daily, weekly, or by the end of the year in order to succeed. Smaller goals allow you to focus on the essential steps today to ensure you are prepared when tomorrow's opportunities become available.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. On Course Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. On Course Cayman. Health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look at what's happening on the roads. Heavy traffic coming from the east on the Linford Pearson Highway and also on Agnes Way. Busy traffic on Cool Road heading to Georgetown. And steady traffic on Walkers Road. As we look to Huldah Avenue, traffic is steady but flowing. Godfrey Dixon Way and Eastern Avenue traffic is moving at a good pace. And into Georgetown on Sheridan Road looking pretty good. And out of Georgetown on Sheridan Road, moderate flow of traffic. And traffic steady but flowing on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz. And traffic coming from the West Bay four-way stop is moving on moderately. And on North Sound Road, steady in some sections, moderate in other sections. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Have a good morning and drive safe.
Are you planning a social, an office party, or event over the holiday season? Make the most of your holiday party and leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go with the option of a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. Cater your holiday parties with Subway. Visit subway.ky for menu options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, ANITA Khan.
17 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome back to... we're still on the first segment of the Business Buzz, and we have in the studio Bush Girl Medicine, Hannah Reed. Hannah, again, good morning.
Morning.
Before the break, Hannah, we said we'll talk about bastard mahogany versus the true mahogany.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was looking through the other day through my notes and trying to do some research, because I feel like there's a lot of plants that if they looked like something but they weren't that, they got called bastard or they got called wild. So we've got things like wild calabash and wild guinnep and bastard mahogany, bastard strawberry, and then that sort of common name denotes, okay, it looks like this, but it's not.
It's not. That's all there is to it. Now, apart from all the pretty flowering plants, bush medicine, we have the dangerous ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I know cow itch, maiden plum. Anything else?
Yeah, we've got lady hair.
Lady hair, okay.
Manchineel.
Manchineel.
Another one that I learned of the other day called itching vine. It does exactly apparently what it says. We've got poisonwood. Okay. Found in the Sister Islands. There's a lot of plants actually that you don't really want to either brush up against or eat. But then some of them, like cow itch, is a really interesting one, because I had somebody come up to me at an event once and tell me that she was taking this certain supplement, and she showed me the scientific name, Mucuna prurens, and I looked at it and I was like, but that's not cow itch. And
she's drinking cow itch.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so you're taking cow itch pills that you buy at the pharmacy? She was like, yeah, I have to order it in special. I was like, interesting. Okay, we call that cow itch, and you really don't want to run up against it. Cow itch, maiden plum, lady hair, itching vine, and even manchineel, those are all plants that they'll cause, reactions to your skin. So cow itch, very itchy. Lady hair has like tiny little fibers that will just get stuck into you like little needles. And maiden plum, again, causes that sort of itching. From people who are from North America, I tell them that that's the poison ivy of Cayman, Manchineel is considered, I think, one of the most toxic trees in the world. Everything about the tree is harmful. The sap, if you're standing under it when it rains, it can give you a bad reaction. So there's quite a few plants that it's important to know what they are so that you can avoid them.
On the good side of the cow itch, what was it? Your friend, what was it good for?
So there's been...
What was she taking it for?
Well, there's been a lot of studies about this particular plant and how it has been used to treat a variety of diseases and even things like snake bites, Parkinson's, diabetes. And that's one of those things that plant medicine, bush medicine, traditional bush medicine is increasingly being looked at for those cures that we're looking for a variety of diseases, cancers. There's a lot of ethnobiologists that are focused on finding those new compounds that are going to help people in ways that in new ways, I guess.
Okay. Now let's move on to the wild banana orchid. Let's talk about it's our Cayman national flower, right? Yeah. So let's share a little bit about it as we have some time.
I think we've been talking a lot about wild banana orchid because of our beautiful Miss Cayman's dress.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Her outdoor costume.
Yeah, and designed by a Caymanian and absolutely incredible. So the wild banana orchid, Myrmecophila thomsoniana, there's actually two varieties in Cayman. And so in the Grand Cayman variety, you'll see it has very sort of creamy blossoms, and then in Little Cayman and Cayman Brac, they're much more yellow. And that's an orchid that is endemic to Cayman as well. And we actually have more orchid species than I realized. I think we have around 30 that we know of, right? Because we don't always know. We don't know all of our plants yet. We really don't. So we have around 30 orchids that are native to Cayman, and I think we have about 4 that we know of that are endemic and found nowhere else in the world. So we've got our wild banana orchid. We've got a teeny tiny orchid called Pleurophthalus caymanensis, which has leaves that are only about a centimeter long, and that's endemic too.
Is this something that you discovered, Hannah?
No, I didn't discover.
Just checking. Just checking.
But it just goes to show. I mean, there's plants out there and we've got ground orchids that don't even you would pass them in the bush and they don't even look like orchids. But yeah, we've got some incredible orchids in Cayman.
Okay, what is probably our most conspicuous endemic shrub that grows in shrublands on all 3 islands?
I guess we've got silver thatch and agave caymanensis as well, that beautiful century plant, also known as carato. So and I think that one is very conspicuous sometimes because it can just grow to be absolutely huge, and I've taken people into the Botanic Park, friends, and they're from, the States, and they get here and they're like, this looks like something out of Jurassic Park. How is this a real plant? It's absolutely incredible.
And those are the same ones you see on the bluff?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Pretty amazing.
Absolutely incredible. And on the bluff too, in that sort of same area, you'll see a lot of that jasmine, that frangipani, that wild one growing all over the place. It has such a gorgeous smell.
I'll pay attention next time to that. No, we have some of the bush medicine that we use for inflammation, the healing bath, shampoo for shiny hair. Talk to us about some of those.
Yeah,
the prickly pear.
Absolutely. Yeah, prickly pear. So that's one of our cactuses that you can, I see it all over the place. And prickly pear, the fruit is also, I think, increasingly being used around the world as the other day I was reading about it being described as the new coconut water, very trendy, because it's full of electrolytes. But that's this is an example of a plant like cochineal, scotchineal, prickly pear, tuna. It's got all these different names. Scientific name Opuntia coccinillifer, and it actually the name cochineal or scotchineal actually comes from a scale insect that's found on that particular cactus, and that scale insect used to be used to produce a red dye that was hugely important around the world for a variety of things. I think the initial what's it called? There's that bright Campari, that red liqueur. And that was what was used was what was used to give it that red color back in the day. But there's so many plants that are used for a variety of things. They're like, you can talk to about 5 different people about one plant and get 5 different medicinal uses. It just depends on how people encountered that plant, what they used it for, thought it was used for best. We've got purslane or pusley on your list here too, and that's another one of those plants that it's having a little bit of a revival now, I think, in terms of it's a superfood. It's one of these the green to go smoothies. They use it in their original kale smoothie, and it's very rich in omega-3 fatty acids. It's got a lot of nutrients, and it's this sort of super house microgreen now. Wow. And it's just sort of having a little bit of a revival in terms of people understanding its importance and its use. But then people might not connect what they're getting in their smoothie with the weed that grows on the side of the road, and they're the same thing.
I know. And speaking of weed that grow on the side of the road, you have some in the studio. We talked about some of them earlier, but you have the worry vine.
Yes.
Talk to me about the worry vine, Hannah.
The worry vine is...
I need some of that to drink, to have less problems, I guess. No, just kidding.
No, it's a tea that I think is also a very easy one for people to get into, because like you and I were talking about in the break, it does not share that same sort of bitterness or pungency as something like Cersei. This is a very light flavored tea. You can just steep the leaves in boiling water. I like to put in the flowers too because I think they look pretty, and it just creates a very light tea. I think you could probably mix it with other things too to enhance the flavor. Like if you were going to mix some of that with fever grass, I'm sure that would be a beautiful tea.
Nice.
And that grows, pretty much all over the place. I was talking about it with another group, a tour I did at the National Gallery last Saturday, and one of the ladies on the tour was describing how she tried to grow it in her garden, but as soon as you put it in a nice pot with nice soil, it's like, no, I think I'll die.
It's accustomed to just being on the roadside.
Exactly.
Right?
They some of these native plants, they need a little bit of neglect to do well.
I just love it. Okay, you got Cersei, bitter plum, pomero, and moringa. That's a popular one.
Oh, moringa is very popular. Yeah, absolutely.
Plop nut, and of course your worry vine.
Yeah.
Now, these are all used for making tea for different ailments, of course.
Yeah, I think teas, there's a variety of ways that people would use bush medicine plants, but tea is quite a popular way of doing things. But some of them are used differently. When we were talking about toothaches earlier, the juniper plant that grows on the seaside, that bark would have been used and sort of made into little poultice and put in the mouth to treat toothache. So the poultices, tisanes, teas, those were all ways of extracting the medicinal benefit from these plants.
Okay. We have a call on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Such a very interesting topic this morning. I was wondering what time that was going to come up. I said to myself, it's going to be... Oh, good morning to your guest.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I said to myself, I bet you Susan or Anita is going to bring that up sometime soon now. And thank you very much. I don't know, you're talking about plants, Susan reminded me of that. But I know that that's not a plant. We used to call it aloes, or nowadays it's aloe, aloe vera. It's about three or four different names for it, and you can easily that can grow wild in your backyard, and that is used for cuts, headaches. You just take the aloe and put it in a piece of cloth and then wrap it around your head, and it's cooling. It's also very good for rashes, because the aloe itself is very cooling and draws the heat out of your body. My mother, God rest her soul, she used to use that on us many times. And it's also good to drink for many things, like high blood pressure. And another, this is actually a fruit tree, the soursop.
Yes,
soursop. That says that make you sleep well if you have nowadays, now it's very stressful, so that helps with stress. You boil the leaf. I was never told how many leaves to how many cups of water or how many. They just say boil the leaf, and you can drink that. And a matter of fact, older people used to drink it early in the morning as a tea or late in the afternoon. But I'm not going to hold up your time because it's very interesting. And thanks a lot again. And both of you and Miss Susan, have a blessed Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Same to you. And thanks for your input.
Oh,
Thank
that was
you so
incredibly,
much. And
incredibly
you know
useful. Absolutely.
It also used for sunburn.
Yep. And I don't know how we got through this whole thing without talking about aloe vera,
right?
Cinco Bible. Like, how did we miss that plant? You know?
No. There's so much.
Important.
There's going to be a part 2 or part 3 to
there
this.
has to be. There's too much to talk about.
Now, Hannah, before I let you go, we have our next guest waiting. But before we let you go, the plants that your knowledge. How are you sharing your knowledge of plants with others, and do you offer any educational tours with other organizations, and how can we find you?
Absolutely. So I have my blog, bushgirlmedicine.com, but I'm also very active on Instagram and Facebook. So I encourage anybody to reach out there. Send me, if you have questions about plants, you can always send them to me. If I don't recognize them, I know the people to ask who will. And I do tours occasionally with the National Gallery of the Cayman Islands and the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park as well. So if you pay attention to their social media pages, follow them. Those tours will be announced on their platforms. And I also have had a couple of people reach out to me for information before they sell their land or clear their land to do native plant surveys, and that's something that I really enjoy doing. So if there's anyone who has that interest, I'm always happy to help out there as well.
Hannah, this has been so informative. We had to give you extra time.
No, thank you so much. This was incredible.
We love
you
it.
set my day off right. This is wonderful.
We love it, and I've learned so much. I'm going to go home and check my yard to see how many wild plants I have in the yard. Not I have so many, but Hannah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This was Hannah Reed, founder of the Bush Girl Medicine blog. And, of course, we'll have her back sometime in the studio. Thank you so much, our sponsors. It's 28 minutes until 9 o'clock. Please stay tuned for our second segment with Mrs. Fung Butner of Penha Duty Free.
Thank you, Anita.
Where did you find the money to renovate your home?
I didn't need to. I painted my whole house for only $50 with TCE Paint Shop.
Christmas season is here. Before you host that festive dinner, spruce up your Caymanian home with TCE Paint Shop. Christmas special inventory sell-off. Combo indoor super paint, flat indoor, and primer in 7 colors. Only $50 for a 5-gallon bucket. That is an amazing 80% savings.
Erase 2021. Make your home fresh and jolly this Christmas season.
Sherwin-Williams, 150 years strong.
The TCE Paint Shop Christmas Special is only available in the main store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way. Give them a call at 943-0565.
Optical Outlook Caymanian Village location has moved. Same great services and products, new location. We've moved to Anderson Square in central Georgetown. It's a much larger space with dedicated parking. Please call us on 746-2020 to make your appointment at our new location today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please come see the difference with Optical Outlook, Cayman's premier optical provider.
The technology sector is forecast to be one of the fastest growing industries in the next decade, with more jobs available than skilled people to fill them. Enterprise Cayman is helping to fill this void and grow the next generation of Caymanian innovators, giving young people access to high-quality learning experiences with the opportunity to pursue careers in technology and innovation sectors. Learn to code, how product development works, enter professional competitions, access high-tech resources, network with special economic zone industry professionals, and much, much more. Visit enterprisecayman.ky to find out more. Brought to you by Cayman Enterprise City.
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a second segment now. It's going to be a little bit shorter than normal. We have in the studio Mrs. Fung Butner, and she is the general manager of Penha Duty Free. Good morning, Fung.
Good morning.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I am fine.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
it's amazing to be here again.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
We love to have you on these festive occasions. Christmas, Valentine's, because we just love to hear about our fragrances. Or
we can never have enough of the beauty. Never.
Even though we're all masked up.
Yes.
And half my foundation would end up on my mask anyway. Fung, you're the manager, general manager of Penha Duty Free. Now, give us some background information on Penha Duty Free and how long it's been here in the Grand Cayman.
Well, Penha has been here since 2011, but of course, as a company, it has been around since 1865.
Wow.
So this is a quite old company, focusing on beauty.
What are some of the main items you carry at Penha Duty Free?
Okay, here in Cayman, we have the Victoria's Secret store, the MAC Cosmetics store, and then the Penha Perfume and Cosmetic, where we carry Estee Lauder brand, Clinique, Lancome, Kiehl's, Tom Ford, and now Jo Malone. I know a lot of ladies are waiting for Jo Malone. It took me years to get Jo Malone here, but finally Jo Malone is here. And, of course, we have all other major fragrances as well. And recently, we start carrying Clean Beauty. Clean Beauty, just a skincare product that is chemical-free and is called Stack Skincare. So this is something new, and it's really amazing. Stack Skincare is only exclusive with Sephora in United States.
Nice.
And we're the only company that have exclusivity with Stack Skincare.
I'm making notes.
Yes.
No, it's Christmas. It's an exciting time for Penha Duty Free. Now, you have a Penha magazine.
Yes,
What is it all about?
So the Penha magazine just came out. So here's the thing about the magazine: the customer can enter the store, pick up the magazine. They would get a card, and for every product that they purchase from that magazine, they collect a stamp. And when they get to 5 stamped, we would give them a pouch worth of $150 of products. Oh. So you can't lose on this.
Wow. Okay. I missed that totally.
Yes. You have to go to Penha, pick up a Penha magazine, and get your stamp card. And then for every product that you purchase that is shown on the magazine, you'll get the stamp for each product. And after 5 stamps, you'll get a pouch worth of $150 in products.
What's in the pouch?
A perfume, cosmetic, and skincare.
Skincare, okay. Now, you have the new Hypnotizing Holiday Collection.
Yes, we're so excited about the MAC Hypnotizing Collections. We just had a launch on December 3rd. So it's a fantastic array of inspiring lipstick, beaming highlights, and since it's a holiday, we love highlights and dazzling eyeshadows. We also have a lot of gift set, which is great gifting. Something that you can give to your girlfriend, your mother, your daughter, or even a colleague. So it's really amazing collections and it's beautiful packaging and design.
Now, I know why I go to MAC, why I choose my MAC Cosmetics. Because MAC, for me, my skin tone, it's hard to find other products that will sort of match, So I like my N45. Is that it? N45?
Yes.
N45. So why should someone choose MAC Cosmetics, Fung?
So MAC has been the leading brands in makeup industry for 37 years, and MAC started from the fashion world. it was started with these two makeup artists who created this makeup just for the fashion model, and it's perfect for photo shoots. And they the one who created so many color to match with all skin color. Just like you say, the reason you choose MAC, because it's hard to find a foundation that matches to your skin tone. And definitely MAC is the leading number one for that. And of course, the lipstick. I mean, MAC has so many colors. Yep. It's like you can't beat MAC when it comes to lipstick, right? And also foundations. And of course, another thing why you should choose MAC, because unlike all the other cosmetic brand, when you enter the MAC store, let's say now there's a holiday season, you can get a complimentary makeover with a purchase. So I'm sure that plenty ladies are going to the gala or, Christmas party and all that, and we want to look fabulous. And of course, this is a complimentary service that we offer at MAC by well-trained makeup artists.
Do you have to make an appointment for that? Or?
Yes, I suggest to make an appointment and, of course, to schedule in advance.
Now, my favorite thing to do, Fong, is when I see girls with ladies with their makeup, I look at them and I go, "You're wearing MAC." It's like a guessing game for me. And they go, "Yeah, how do you know?" I just know. It has, especially the studio fix.
Oh yeah.
You could tell it's just smooth. Women look beautiful with MAC cosmetic. So that's my guessing game. I like to go around and go, you're wearing MAC? I don't even ask. I'm like, "You're wearing MAC."
No,
and hardly am I ever disappointed.
Yeah. My skin, like for me, is like it's flawless. Like it just blend into your skin naturally, so it doesn't look like you're wearing something when you're actually wearing something.
So MAC is basically for all skin tones.
All skin tone, all skin color.
Everybody.
Yes.
There's a color out there for a tone,
exactly.
a shade for everybody.
And you know what I like about the MAC company and MAC brand? MAC really believe in embracing on all ages, all sexes, and all nationality and all colors. And this is one of the things that is leading the company because of their belief and embracing everyone. And I really like that.
And okay, so you're Penha duty free. Am I pronouncing it correctly, Fong?
Yeah, Penha duty free.
Not Peña.
Well, Peña is a Spanish way of pronouncing it, but Penha is more English way. Yes.
Okay, Penha. Now, Penha, you're housed on the all three Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
MAC. Let me get that right. MAC and Penha. You're all on the same roof.
Yeah, under one same roof, and we're at the Royal Plaza on Cardinal Avenue.
Okay. So I can go from Penha, get my makeup, get my
exactly.
my stuff, go over to MAC, get my lipstick, get my N45, and then go to Victoria's Secret. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to get.
I know. It's okay. You can get beautiful pajamas or sleepwear or whatever.
That's right. That's right. Now, Givenchy and Lancome, for those persons who are looking for the perfect gift for that someone special, what gift ideas would you recommend from the Givenchy and Lancome lines?
So for the Givenchy, I really recommend the Givenchy Gentleman gift sets because it's sophisticated yet very sexy for a man. And definitely irresistible Givenchy. Well, the name say it all.
Givenchy. I said Givenchy.
and that is for a woman, so she wants to feel or smell irresistible. So I really highly recommend that. For the Lancome line, Lancome is very famous for this one perfume. It's called La Vie est Belle. In French, it means life is beautiful. And of course, with so much going on since COVID started, we need something that make life feeling beautiful again. So I would highly recommend La Vie est Belle.
Rather than C'est la vie. No, what we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, Fung, I'm going to ask you, and we have other important things to talk about.
Yeah.
But before we do, what would you say are the two most popular fragrances for men and women?
Well, I mean, every quarter there's something that is popular, but recently I can say that right now, as of this month, as of last month, the most two popular for women, I would say Jo Malone. Ever since Jo Malone arrived to Cayman, it has gone rival. I mean, the ladies here never have enough of Jo Malone. I mean, actually, like, we didn't have enough supply just to support the demand, right? And the other one is Tom Ford Neroli. That's for men. It's very, very fresh, citrusy, and very elegant as well.
Okay. Now, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue speaking with Mrs. Fung Butner. She's the general manager of Penha Duty Free. Thanks to our sponsors today, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, Cayman Medical Supplies, and TCE Paint Shop.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Located at 403 Gerard Smith Avenue, next to the Alexander Hotel. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Telephone number 948-2228. Brack Medical Supplies.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen, and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The community is reminded to ensure the proper disposal of used LFT kits. Place the used LFT and all items into the marked bag with the biohazard yellow triangle symbol provided with the kit, and then discard in the garbage bin. For more information on waste disposal tips, visit the DEH website at www.deh.gov.ky or their Facebook page or call 949-6696.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, ANITA Khan.
The time is just flying from me this morning, Susan. Can you hold it back, please? If you're just joining us, you're listening to the second segment of the Business Buzz. We have in the studio Mrs. Fung Butner. And Fung is the general manager of Penha Duty Free, making up MAC, Victoria's Secret, and Penha. You've got a big event coming up. I'm not even going to try calling the name of it. Parfums de Marley?
Yes, it's called Parfum de Marley.
Okay.
Yes, it's going to be this Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. This event is very special because this perfume represent royal. It's going to take us back to time where Versailles is.
Oh, man. Back to the ages.
Yes, it's going to be very lavish, extravaganza, filtered through a contemporary vision. And guess what? We're going to have Miss Cayman, Maria Tippett. She's going to be hosting our event on Thursday. So if you want to meet her, please come down to Penha.
That's our former Miss.
Yes. Sorry. I love her so much. She's going to be my Miss Cayman.
I do too.
She's amazing. So come down to Penha. We're going to have champagne. We're going to have bites. There's always going to be fun activities, raffle to win Parfum de Mali perfume as well. It's going to be a photo op with Mariah as well. So it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And of course, is on Thursday from 5 to 8.
And I encourage everyone to come dressed in white. So we're going to make it something like almost like a / white party Versailles. And the best dress for the night is going to win something amazing from Penha.
So are we talking formal wear or just
You can wear whatever you like.
Okay.
You just look your best.
Okay.
Yes.
And show up. Sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like fun.
It's going to be fantastic.
No, where are you going to actually have that event?
We're going to have it inside the Penha store.
Okay.
And also outside by the sidewalk. Okay. You're going to see a little bit of activities like photo booth, like a Versailles type photo booth for a photo op.
Nice. Now, going back to what you carry at Penha Duty Free, let's talk about your skincare lines. My favorite skincare line is Esty.
Oh, that's my favorite as well. You know, I can never live without skincare. So in Penha, we have Estee Lauder, Lancome, Clinique, Kiehl's. And as I mentioned earlier, now we're having Clean Beauty, which is Stack Skincare, which is exclusive with Penha.
Is that Clean Beauty, the one in a blue tube?
It's it's white with a little bit of blue writing.
Okay.
I think when you go to the back wall where it say Clean Beauty, you would find Deborah Lipman nail polish. You would find Stack Skincare. You will also find Myro Skincare, which is a skincare made from seaweed. So for all the ladies out there who's looking for natural ingredients, you go to Penha and you look for the back wall that has a title that say Clean Beauty.
You know, I'm always rushing in and out, so I go straight right to the ST.
You know what you want.
Yeah, I have to stop doing that and experiment a little bit. You know, everything is too familiar. Now let's talk about Penha's extended hours for the holidays through December 28th. Do you have any extended hours? Or
yes, we do. So from December 13th to the 20th, we open 9 to 8 p.m. Okay. And then December 21 to 22nd, we open from 9 to 10 p.m. And of course, December 23rd to 24th, we're going to open 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Because I know there's a lot of customers out there that are busy. Workers, they have a job to go to and they're rushing out like, oh my God, I need to go get my Christmas gift, and, I end my job at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Where can I go? So we just want to make sure that we're available to serve everybody and make it, comfortable and available for them.
Or some of us are plain procrastinators like myself.
Well, yes.
We go as the doors are closed. You're like, hold up. I'm coming
in. Yes, we experienced it.
One of the best things about shopping at Penha Duty Free Fong is the Penha Privilege program. Do you still offer that? And
of course,
if you do, how can someone become a member?
Okay, so anyone can sign up for the Penha Privilege card. Okay, so, and that card is good for all of our 3 stores.
It's your loyalty card.
Yeah, it's called the loyalty card. And of course, you get back for being loyal. So for every $1 you spend, you get 1 point, and every point is 3 cents. So it's like getting 3% back for all your purchases. So you start earning points, and you can redeem those points later toward your future purchases. So a lot of ladies are really enjoying this because toward Christmas, they have a lot of points and they're like, okay, here, I'm going to do shopping for myself. Yeah. I'm going to go and treat myself with all these points that I have earned all this time. And also because you are being a privileged member, you'll be the first to find out about our event. You get private invitation. You're also the first to know about any of our promotions and sales. You get our monthly newsletter, so we're informing you what is coming in, what is new, what is on promotions. And being a loyal member, when you attend any of our event, you earn double the points.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Like the event coming up on Thursday?
Yes.
I get double the points. Okay.
Yes.
Now I know.
Like any of our events, for example, like we just had an event on December 4th called the Privilege Events. Yes, for that day when you shop, you earn double the points.
Now, Christmas is here, of course. And we know there'll be raffles and other offerings at Penn Duty Free. Let's talk about that, Rafa.
Yes. Okay, so for the raffles, first let's start with the Christmas promotions, okay?
Okay.
And it's very important because you want to hear this. So on December 20th, we have a special day for government employees.
Oh, didn't know that. December 20th.
Yes, write that down.
That's a Monday.
Yes. Bring your ID, your government ID, and get 10% off your purchases.
Sweet.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. So we want to make this special offer for all the government employees. And as far as our raffles, we have 12 days of Christmas giving away. So for every day that you're shopping in our store, your name would be randomly selected from our system. Okay, we're not manually select them, it's selected by computer. So it's very important to be a privileged loyal member because your number is in the system, so you're going to get randomly selected. So every day for the next 12 days, someone's going to win something, and it's worth $200 worth of products.
And you don't have to be in store to win. When
no,
your name
we
is
will
called.
call you.
Okay.
We will
Just
call
making
you.
sure.
Yes. we select our winner, and then we will call them because, like I say, once you're a privileged member, we have your phone number and also your loyal member card. So we will call you to come in and pick up your prize.
Now, do you offer gift certificates?
Definitely. We have gift certificate, and our gift certificate is good in all of our 3 stores and also in all the islands. If anybody, fancy to travel these days, of course. The gift certificate is good in Curacao, good in Aruba, St. Martin, Cayman, and Bonaire.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So
yes.
if I have a friend in Bonaire and I want to send her a gift certificate from here, that can work? She can redeem it over there?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
It works.
Very, very good. It's like
and being the loyal member, it works on all the island, by the way. It's not just for Cayman,
Okay. Now, fun, we're heading up to news time. Where did the time go again this morning? Can you just recap before I let you go about the upcoming event on Thursday? That's tomorrow.
Yes.
Hey, that's tomorrow.
No. What is it?
What are we today?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes.
Yes.
I was off yesterday, so I come back to work whenever I'm off, the 16th. Oh, boy, my days are all confuffled. No, yeah, please, yeah. It's on the 16th, so can you just recap for our listeners who might have missed it, the upcoming event on Thursday?
Yes, Thursday is going to be Path in the Mali event. Of course, it's going to be something different. It's going to take you back in time. It's going to be a Versailles style, very Victorian, and please do come wear your best white glitters, or you want to add some glitters on if you like. And, of course, there will be drink and bites. And, let's have some fun because the holiday is here. Let's bring back that spirit.
That's right. That's right. Anything you want to leave with our listeners, before we let you go?
Yes. Before then, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody here in Cayman. Our company would not made it without you and your support. We thank you so much for being here for us through thick and thin, during COVID, during lockdown. We wouldn't have made it without you. And I just want to say to everyone, just have a blessed and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well.
And what do you want for Christmas?
Me, for Christmas, I just want this COVID to go away. That is my biggest wish. I want 2022 to be COVID-free, for all of us to have our freedom, be able to move freely, and living a normal life again. And that, for me, is the biggest Christmas gift.
And you'll get it. Santa will bring it for you. Fong, thank you so much. All the best for the season. And with Penha Duty Free, you've been listening to the Business Buzz this morning. Penha Duty Free, our general manager, Fong Butner. And you forgot to give me some contact details before I let you go.
For the Pena store? Okay, so we on 40 Royal Plaza on Cardinal Avenue, and our telephone number is 949-6513.
Okay.
949-6513. Quickly, I just want to add something that I forgot to mention, that during COVID, a lot of people don't feel comfortable to enter a store to shop. I just want to let everybody know that we have an online shopping platform. And if you shop online with PenaDutyFree.com, your products will be delivered to either your office or your home.
Okay, and that's free delivery?
Free delivery within South Sound, Georgetown, and West Bay. Of course, in Northside or East End, there's a delivery fee.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is still happening, right?
Yeah, it is still happening. Actually, our website was created during COVID just to support our customer and make it the shopping experience more comfortable and, worry-free.
Okay. Awesome. Fong Butner, General Manager of Penha Duty Free. Thank you so much. I want to say thanks to Hannah Reed, Bush Girl Medicine, who was on our first segment this morning. Of course, thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, Cayman Medical Supplies, and TCE Paint. Also to our listeners and our viewers of The Buzz this morning, thank you so much. Thanks to our producer, Ms. Susan Watson, for putting everything together. Thank you to Susan. You do an amazing job. See you on Thursday for our Christmas special. I'm excited. Yes. Make sure you listen because it's old-time Cayman Christmas on The Buzz. We're not doing any business. We're doing the business of Christmas. So until then, please stay safe. Remember to mask up. Remember to sanitize. Keep your hands clean. Practice social distancing. And if possible, be vaccinated. In the meantime, from ANITA, thank you so much.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by K-Man Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And K-Man Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And TCE Paint Shop, with 3 locations to better serve your home decor needs. Cox Lumber, Sparky Drive, Cox Lumber, Boddentown, and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way.
Follow Radio Cayman on Twitter. All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Follow us at twitter.com/Radio Cayman.